last class we discussed about the lysosome. The lysosome, those are commonly called as a suicidal bag of the cell. These lysosomes, they are pinched off from the Golgi apparatus, and the vesicles from the endoplasmic reticulum, they will be transported to the Golgi bodies. In the Golgi bodies, they are modified and they will be pinched off. So these lysosomes, they play a major role in a cell activities. So in this class we will start with another organelle, that is mitochondria. These mitochondria, they are considered as the powerhouse of the cell because they play a major role in a synthesis of a ATP production. So due to the production of ATP, these mitochondria, they are called as a powerhouse of a cell. So in this class we will study mainly about the structure and functions of the mitochondria. So introduction. Mitochondria are important cell organelles essential for aerobic respiration of eukaryotic cell. They are popularly called powerhouse of the cell and they release the energy. Already we know these mitochondria, they play a major role in aerobic respiration, and majorly the mitochondria, it play a role in the production of the ATP. So they are considered as a powerhouse of the cell. These mitochondria number will be vary from cell to cell. If the organism's metabolism is more, then the number of mitochondria will be more in a cell. So for the first time, these mitochondria, they were observed by a scientist, Kolliker. He discovered for the first time in the flight muscles of the insect. So he observed these mitochondria in the flight muscles of the insect. So he is the first one, Kolliker. He discovered the mitochondria. Then the term bioplast, it is given by the scientist Altman. He named these mitochondria as the bioplast. So, and also he proposed mitochondria is a prokaryotic and a symbiotic origin. So about this, that mitochondria is prokaryotic and symbiotic origin, I will explain this during the structure. So why he considered these mitochondria as a prokaryotic or a symbiotic origin. So during the structure I will explain this point. So then the term mitochondria, where in the Greek term mitos means thread and chondria means the granular. So the term mitochondria is given by the scientist Benda. So he named the term mitochondria, where the Greek term, it tells mitos means thread and the chondria means the granular. Then the structure. What is the structure of these mitochondria? So mitochondria are a membrane bound cellular structure and is found in a most eukaryotic cell. Already know these mitochondria is a membrane bound structure because it is formed by the two membrane. One is outer membrane, another one is the inner membrane. These mitochondria have a double membrane bound structure, and the size and shape of mitochondria varies. They are small, rod shaped or spherical structures present in the cytoplasm of cells, and they show aerobic respiration. So In these mitochondria, based on a activity and based on a physiology of the cell, the size and shape of the mitochondria varies. Basically, these mitochondria are small rod shaped structures or spherical structures. They will be present or they will be scattered in a cytoplasm of the cells, and they play a major role in a take a part in a aerobic respiration. Then the shape depends upon the physiological condition of the cell. The number of the mitochondria in a cell is determined by the functional state, varies from 1 to several thousand per cell. ಸೊ ಯಾವ ಒಂದು ಸೆಲ್ಲು ಅದು ಯಾವ ಥರ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೈತಿ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮೆಟಬಾಲಿಸಮ್ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ, ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಮೈಟೋಕಾಂಡ್ರಿಯಾ ನಂಬರು ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಫ್ ದ ಸೆಲ್ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಅ ಮೋರ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ, ದೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ more number of mitochondria, because if a person perform a more activity or a physiological activity, then he needs a more energy. So due to this factor, the number of the mitochondria will be more if the metabolism in the cell is more. So the number of the mitochondria will be dependent on the activity of the cell. Then size of the mitochondria also vary from cell to cell. Usually the size of the mitochondria varies from 0.2 mu to 1.1 mu in diameter and the 2 to 8 mu in length. So if we observe the structure of the mitochondria, we see a two membranes, that is outer membrane and the inner membrane, and the space between the two membrane is called as the perimitochondrial space, and the fluid filled matrix present in the inner membrane is called as a matrix. In the matrix we see many molecules, like there is a presence of the ribosomes, circular DNA, and some of the enzymes will be seen in these matrix. So we study these structure of these mitochondria in detail. The component of mitochondria are as follow. The mitochondria is bounded by two membranes. Those are outer membrane and the inner membrane. These two membranes, they are mainly formed from the lipoproteinic in nature, or they are mainly formed from the lipids and the proteins. So in the outer membrane we see a less amount of a protein and the more amount of the lipid, whereas the inner membrane, where we see a more amount of protein and the less amount of the lipid, and the space between the two membrane is called as the perimitochondrial space or a intermembrane space. So this is the how the mitochondria is formed. They are mainly bounded by the two membranes, and the space between these two membranes is called as a perimitochondrial space. Then outer membrane. How these outer membrane is formed? The outer membrane, that is 60 to 75 angstrom thick, and forms a outer smooth covering. When we look at the outer membrane, it will be smooth in structure. Then it has a less protein compared to inner membrane. The outer membrane is freely permeable to nutrient molecules, ions, energy molecules like ATP, ADP molecule. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಈ ಒಂದು ಮೈಟೋಕಾಂಡ್ರಿಯಾ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೇನ್ಲಿ ಬೌಂಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಟೂ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್. ದೋಸ್ ಆರ್ outer membrane, another one is the inner membrane. The outer membrane, it is surface, it has a smooth surface, and where we see a less amount of a protein compared to that of the inner membrane. And these outer membrane, they are permeable, or they are freely permeable. It means they allow the movement of the molecules and ions through this membrane, whereas the inner membrane, it is selectively permeable and it has a more amount of the protein. So inner membrane, that is 50 to 70 angstrom thick and forms a number of finger like or a plate like infolding. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಔಟರ್ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಸ್ಮೂತ್ ಇರುತ್ತಾ, ವೆರಸ್ ದ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್ ವಿ ಸಿ ಅ ಫೋಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ಸ್. Those foldings, they are finger like or a plate like foldings will be seen in the inner membrane. So these infoldings are called as the cristae. The foldings, what is the significance of these foldings in an organelle? These foldings, they will increase the surface area inside the organelle. So they will increase the surface area. That is the significance of the foldings. Then the cristae and the proteins of the inner membrane aids in the production of the ATP molecules. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ರಿಸ್ಟೆ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಆನ್ ದ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ರಿಸ್ಟೆ ವಿ ಸಿ F0 F1 particle. So these helps in a production of the ATP molecules. So these F0 F1 particle, they are mainly formed from the proteins. So the cristae and the proteins of the inner membrane, they aids in the production of the ATP molecules. Then inner membrane is selectively permeable. ಇಲ್ಲೇನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಪರ್ಮಿಯಬಲ್ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸು ಈ ಒಂದು ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನಿಂದ ಫ್ರೀಯಾಗಿ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಲೋ ಓನ್ಲಿ ದೋಸ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಟು ಮೂವ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ದ membrane. So these inner membrane, they have a selective permeability. Then this is the easiest way of the mitochondria structure, where we see a outer membrane and the inner membrane. In the inner membrane we see a matrix. These matrix, that is a fluid filled matrix. They mainly, that is pale yellow in color, and in these matrix we see a circular DNA and the ribosome. The ribosomes present in an mitochondria, that is mainly 70S ribosome. So due to this fact, the 70S ribosomes, they are mainly present in the prokaryotes. So these mitochondria, they are considered as a prokaryotic origin, and it is proposed by a scientist Altman. So he proposed that these mitochondria, they are originated from the prokaryotes because the ribosomes presence inside the mitochondria, they have a 70S ribosome. Due to this fact, these mitochondria, they are considered as a prokaryotic origin or a symbiotic origin. Then the perimitochondrial space, that is the space between the two membrane, is considered as a perimitochondrial space or a intermembrane space. It is the space between the outer and inner membrane of the mitochondria. It has the same composition as that of the cytoplasm of the cell, but differ in a ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಸೈಟೋಪ್ಲಾಸಮ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಏನೈತಿ ಕಂಟೆಂಟು, ಅದೇ ಕಂಟೆಂಟು ಈ ಒಂದು ಪೆರಿಮೈಟೋಕಾಂಡ್ರಿಯಲ್ ಸ್ಪೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆದರೆ ಏನು ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಒಂದು ಡಿಫರ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಪೆರಿಮೈಟೋಕಾಂಡ್ರಿಯಲ್ ಸ್ಪೇಸಲ್ಲಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್, it will be present inside the inner membrane of the mitochondria. So it is a gel like and it contains proteins, lipids, circular DNA molecule, 70S ribosome, and certain granules. These all are found inside the matrix, and it contains enzymes for the cellular respiration. So, in order to do a cellular respiration, these matrix have a enzymes and also have a divalent ions like Mg2 plus manganese to manganese and ferrous ions. So these are the divalent ions will be found inside the matrix, and matrix will always be in a pale yellow color due to the presence of the riboflavin. So this is about the structure of the mitochondria, that is outer membrane, inner membrane, perimitochondrial space, and the matrix. Then if we observe these mitochondria in an electron microscope, we see some of the structures on the inner membrane of the mitochondria. So these structures are called as a F0, F1 particles or oxysomes. They will be present on the inner membrane of the mitochondria. So, under high resolving power of the electron microscope, studies have shown numerous stalked knob-like projections known as elementary particles or oxysomes or F0, F1 particles or Racker's particles. ಸೊ ಈ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ನರ್ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನಿನ ಯಾವಾಗ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಕೋಪಲ್ಲಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ವಿ ಸಿ ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ಡ್ ನಾಬ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಪ್ರೊಜೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್. Those are called as a F0, F1 particles or oxysomes. These structures, they play a major role in the synthesis of ATP, and they will be present on the inner membrane or a cristae. So on the cristae we see a knob like projections. Those are called as a F0, F1 particles and the oxysomes. Each in these F0, F1 particle or oxysome we see three parts. Those are base, stalk and the head, and they contain many enzymes. These enzymes, they are involved in a electron transport system. So this is the structure of the mitochondria, where we see a outer membrane and the inner membrane. On the inner membrane we see a cristae. On these cristae we see these F0, F1 particle or a oxysome. In these oxysome, they are mainly formed from the three parts. Those are base, stalk and the head. So base, that is mainly formed from the F0 particle, whereas the stalk, it is formed from the F5, F6 particle, and the head, that is formed from the F1 particle. So these head, that play a major role in a ATP synthesis. So they are called as a ATPase or a ATP synthetase. ಸೊ ಈ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ನರ್ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಕೋಪಲ್ಲಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ವಿ ಸಿ ದೀಸ್ F0, F1 ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಆರ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಸೋಮ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಕ್ರಿಸ್ಟೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಈ ಕ್ರಿಸ್ಟೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಸ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ಡ್ ಟು ದ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ನರ್ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್ನು ಅದಕ್ಕೇನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, we see the inner membrane where we see a M phase we present on the inner membrane, and the C phase, that is present towards the cytosol phase. Then we see these F0, F1 particle or oxysomes. Their main role is to synthesize the ATP. So these proteins present in the inner membrane, they play a major role in a electron transport system or a ETC. They play a major role in a electron transport chain. So they will send the electrons to the cytosol phase. So inside the phase, they will send these electrons to the inside membrane. So these electrons, they are highly concentrated or a higher level. Their concentration will be in the higher level. So these electrons, they will be moved from the higher concentration to the lower concentration. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಇನ್ನರ್ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಮೇನ್ಲಿ ಆರ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಪರ್ಮಿಯಬಲ್. ಸೊ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಪರ್ಮಿಯಬಲ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಈ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನಿಂದ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಈ ಒಂದು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಹೈಯರ್ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅವೇನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಆಕ್ಸಿಜೋಮ್ ಅಥವಾ F0 F1 ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲಿಂದ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ. ಸೊ ಅಲಾಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಫಾಸ್ಫೇಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಸಿಂಥಸೈಸ್ ದ ATP. So in this way these F1 particle, F0 F1 particle, they play a major role in the synthesis of the ATP. ಸೊ ಇದೇನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಆಗುತ್ತಂತ ಡೀಟೇಲಾಗಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರನ್ನು ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಬಟ್ ಯು ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ F0 F1 particle or a Rakus particle or oxysomes will be present on the cristae of the inner membrane. So they also contain the enzymes for the oxidative phosphorylation. So these are named as electron transport particles. So this is about the structure of the mitochondria. In this structure we studied about the outer membrane, inner membrane. In the inner membrane we mainly see the cristae. On these cristae we see the oxysomes and we see a matrix. In this matrix we see a ribosomes, DNA and some of the lipids, proteins, etc. Then functions. What are the functions of the mitochondria? Already we know the main function of the mitochondria is the synthesis of the ATP or a production of the ATP. The main function of the mitochondria is to produce energy rich molecules, that is ATP. That's why these mitochondria, they are considered as a powerhouses of a cell. Then they play a major role in a cytoplasmic inheritance. ಇದೇನು cytoplasmic inheritance ಅಂತಂದರೆ the mitochondria present in the ova of the female, they will be inherited to the children's. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಮೈಟೋಕಾಂಡ್ರಿಯಾ ಎಗ್ಗಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂಥ ಮೈಟೋಕಾಂಡ್ರಿಯಾ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಸೊ ಮೈಟೋಕಾಂಡ್ರಿಯಾ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ಅ ಸೈಟೋಪ್ಲಾಸಮ್. ಸೊ ಮೈಟೋಕಾಂಡ್ರಿಯಾ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ಅ ಮದರ್ ಎಗ್, ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ಡ್ the only organelle from the mother, passed from the mother to the child. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ದೀಸ್ ವೇ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಮದರಿಂದ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಗನ್ನು ಚೈಲ್ಡಿಗೆ ಬರೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಇನ್ಹೆರಿಟ್ ಆಗೋದು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಅದು ಯಾವುದು ಅಂದರೆ ಮೈಟೋಕಾಂಡ್ರಿಯಾ. ಸೊ ಮೈಟೋಕಾಂಡ್ರಿಯಾ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಪಾಸ್ಡ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಮದರ್ ಟು ದ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್. So these mitochondria, they play a major role in a cytoplasmic inheritance. Then these mitochondria, they play a major role in a vitalogenesis, that is yolk synthesis. Along with the Golgi bodies, these mitochondria, they will synthesize a yolk. So they play a part in a vitalogenesis. Then synthesis of a heme of HB and a ಮಯೋಗ್ಲೋಬಿನ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಒಂದು ಬ್ಲಡ್ಡಲ್ಲಿ ಹೀಮ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಏನಿರ್ತಾರ, ಹಿಮೋಗ್ಲೋಬಿನು ಮತ್ತು ಮಯೋಗ್ಲೋಬಿನಲ್ಲಿ, ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಸಿಂಥಸೈಸ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ದೀಸ್ ಮೈಟೋಕಾಂಡ್ರಿಯಾ. ದೆನ್ ದೀಸ್ ಮೈಟೋಕಾಂಡ್ರಿಯಾ, ದೇ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಪ್ಲೇ ಎ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ರೋಲ್ ಇನ್ ಅಪೋಪ್ಟಾಸಿಸ್. ಹಿಯರ್ ಅಪೋಪ್ಟಾಸಿಸ್ ಆರ್ ಅ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಡ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಡೆತ್. ಏನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಸೆಲ್ ಡೆತ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೇನಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಅಪಾಪ್ಟಾಸಿಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಈ ಒಂದು ಅಪಾಪ್ಟಾಸಿಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಮೈಟೋಕಾಂಡ್ರಿಯಾ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ತಗೊಳುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದೆನ್ ಇಫ್ ದ ಅಬ್ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಡೆತ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ಡಿಸ್ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮೈಟೋಕಾಂಡ್ರಿಯಾ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ದ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಆರ್ಗನ್. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೈಟೋಕಾಂಡ್ರಿಯಾ ಈ ಒಂದು ಡಿಸ್ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಯಿತು, ದೆನ್ ದೇ ಮೇ ಕಾಸ್ ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜ್ ಇನ್ ಅ functioning of the organs. Then also another function, we see a mitochondria in a sperms. So in the sperms, the moment of the sperm will be done by these mitochondria. So these are the functions of these mitochondria. So up to now we studied about the introduction regarding the mitochondria, what is the structure of the mitochondria and the functions of the mitochondria. So in the next class we will start with the another organelle, that is nucleus. Thank you.